David Crisafulli will be sworn in as Queensland's new Premier today after the LNP's election victory over the weekend. The change in leadership ends Labor's almost 10 years in power. Joining me live now is Queensland Premier-elect David Crisafulli. David, congratulations. How are you and how's Tegan and the kids? Has it hit them yet about what's happened?
It was a big weekend. They were all on the booths, handing out how to vote cards, doing the democratic duty for Dad, which was good. But yeah, no, we got to work yesterday, Kenny. It was important. We did promise the state that if government changed, that they would see us implementing that vision. So we got to work yesterday. We appointed an acting Director General. We received some briefings and we're underway.
Okay, you just got a majority over the line. It's been said that you won the election but lost the campaign. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I haven't heard many people say that at all. What we achieved in political terms is pretty historic. We're now well north of 50 seats with one of the biggest results we've had in a generation. So, look, we asked Queenslanders to back a comprehensive plan, and they did overwhelmingly. And I can promise Queenslanders that our attention will be to youth crime, health, housing and cost of living. The vote we got reflected that. Queenslanders voted for change. We asked them to vote for a fresh start. They did, and now we get to work, mate.
You had a chat with the Prime Minister. What did he have to say?
It was a very good chat. I was most grateful for his call. We spoke about the issues that we want to put forward. I didn't miss the opportunity to mention that I want to get 80-20 funding for the Bruce Highway, which is something that's been there before. We spoke about health. We spoke about education. It was very good. And likewise, I've had great chats with Peter Dutton as well. I want people to know, regardless what colour the government is in Canberra, I'm on the Maroon team in Queensland, and that has to be our focus. We are going to make sure that this state can deliver generational infrastructure, and we have to fix those big four crises. And the only way to do that is to make sure that you have respect for people's money. When you're building projects, they're done on time and on budget. And I want Canberra to know that if they partner with us on infrastructure, it's going to be done on time and on budget. I'm a big believer in setting KPIs. I want ministerial accountability, and that helps that relationship in the long term as well.
Does that include rebuilding the Gabba?
Well, within 100 days, you're going to see a plan for infrastructure for the Olympic and Paralympic Games. And I reckon after 1,200 days of nothing but knee-jerk reactions, people want me to deliver a calm and methodical strategy, and we will. I want Queenslanders to go from where they are at the moment, which is feeling a little embarrassed about what's going on, to a reassurement that there will be an excitement over it. And that means that we're going to get the best and brightest around a table. And within 100 days, we are going to map out a plan. And that plan will be about, of course, the stadiums to host the Olympic and Paralympic Games. But the real focus has got to be on that generational infrastructure, the road and the rail, the tourism, using the Paralympic Games to improve accessibility for our cities. All of that provide an excitement opportunity. And I want that exciting opportunity to be for every part of the state. Every part of Queensland's got to benefit from it. And that 100-day Infrastructure Coordination Authority will get to work, and Queenslanders will be proud of what they do.
Were you surprised by such a poor result for the minor parties and especially the Greens?
Well, ultimately, people get a say, and we put forward our plan and people backed it. We are overwhelmed by the result, and to be frank, the way that we were able to achieve success in regional Queensland on the north and south of Brisbane, we even are in the mix in an inner city seat, shows that the issues we were talking about were relevant to every part of Queensland. Now, there was other people focusing on other issues. We didn't move from those four issues because ultimately, for the last 4 years, that's what Queenslanders have told us they wanted. And the phrase I kept on hearing from people was keep going, keep talking about, keep putting forward those solutions, keep advocating for youth crime and health and housing, because, you know, my neighbour just got broken into, or my grandfather's on a waiting list, or the stories just kept on coming. And in the end, we put forward comprehensive plans for those big four issues, and Queenslanders backed them. and now they need to know that I've got their back and I'm going into work, and we are underway. I can promise you that.
Were you disappointed by Stephen Miles' speech on election night, and would you like to see him stay on as opposition leader?
Oh, look, he delivered a speech to the party faithful. He can answer those questions. I wanted to speak to Queenslanders, and I did get a chance to speak to Queenslanders and map out our vision for this term, but also for the next decade. And that's what I want to see. I want Queenslanders to know that we are going to deliver the solutions for those big four crises, but we're also going to deliver generational infrastructure. There was a time in this state where we were proud to build dams and roads and bridges. There was a time in this state when we were proud of our mining and our agriculture and tourism. And there's a future for this state for all of them. And there's a future for high-end medical research and educational institutions. All of that is possible. We just need a government that Queenslanders are proud of, and they voted for change, and we're getting to work to give them that government.
You'll be sworn in as Premier today, is that correct? And are you looking forward to that?
Well, we got a job to do. And I want Queenslanders to know we were up before the sun yesterday to start, and we are again today, and I can promise you we will be the day after. We are going to work hard. We are going to work hard because there is a big job ahead of us. But we asked people to vote for change. They did. And here we are delivering on what we said we were going to do.
Have you spoken to any other premiers other than the Prime Minister and the opposition leader federally?
Yeah, I have had a good chat with Chris Minns last night, and I've spoken with Leah Finocchiaro from Northern Territory, Jeremy Rockcliffe from Tasmania. I want the federation to work the way that it needs to, and that means that there needs to be that competitive tension that exists between state and federal government, but also that kind of relationship. So, look, hey, no secret, I'll be going into bat for Queensland. That's what people want to see. There'll be none of this silly political machinations that I've seen in recent years. I'm not focused on what the makeup of the federal government is, what colour they are. I've got to be here for Queensland. And I will be respectful with Mr Albanese and Mr Dutton. I will be forceful with Mr Albanese and Mr Dutton. That's the way that people want to see their leaders operate.
Well, David, congratulations again, and I'm sure Queenslanders are getting behind you today. Thanks for joining us on the program.